However, mathematical symbols make things simple. So we will, without any plans about these things, we will use English language or mathematical symbol interchangeably, whatever fits the situation, whatever is more convenient. So let G be such a subset satisfying the vertical line test. Okay. Now define a function f from x to y as follows. For any x belonging to x, let f of x be the unique element of this set. Because G satisfies the vertical line test for every x in X, this set has a unique element. So we are defining f of x to be that unique element. Then clearly f is a well-defined function whose graph is G. You can clearly see why the graph of f is G, because we have defined f in such a way that G is the graph of f. That's what we have done basically. But it's not over yet. We have to show that f is the only such function whose graph is G. If f tilde is a function whose a function means a function from x to y, whose graph is also G, then we have already shown that if two such functions have the same graph, then they are equal. Then by the previous paragraph, here this one, previous paragraph, we have f is equal to f. I need some ink. F is equal to f tilde, that is f is the only function from x to y whose graph is G. So that also proves the uniqueness of F, and here the solution ends. Okay, next again we come to a problem which is about the axioms of ZFC. This is Y, okay. Show that axiom 310 can in fact be deduced from lemma 349 and the other axioms of set theory. Okay, and thus lemma 349 can be used as an alternate formulation of the power set axiom. Used as an of the power set axiom. There is an elaborate hint. Actually in the hint Tao has given the solution itself. Anyway, so the hint is this: for any two sets X and Y, use lemma 349 and the axiom of specification. To construct the set of all subsets. The set of all subsets of X cross Y which obeys the vertical line test. Then use exercise 3.5.10. And the axiom of replacement. Now before we solve this exercise, let us recall what these things were. Axiom 310 is actually the axiom of power set. So it looks like this. try to recall what we had there. Let x and y be sets. Then the collection of all functions with domain x and range y is also a set which we denote by this symbol. Okay, so this was the 10th axiom in our Zermelo-Fraenkel choice set theory. It is known as the axiom of power set, although the concept of power set does not appear here directly. And this symbol denotes the collection of all sets whose domains are all equal to x and ranges are all equal to y. In this regard, I must also remind you that by range we mean the second set in the function. So if you are using old terminology, you would call x domain and y codomain. However, we are using the word range in place of codomain. Range does not mean the set of all images. Range just means the set which contains all the outputs in the function. Okay, so this was axiom 310, and using this axiom and other axioms of set theory, we proved lemma 349, which actually had the concept of power set. So it just says this: let x be a set, then the collection of all subsets of x, which is known as the power set of x, is also a set. And for this one also we used a notation that looks like this. Okay, so this was our axiom and this was our result. Now what this exercise says is that the tables can be turned. You can assume this one and prove this one with the other set axioms. That's what we have to do here. You assume that every set has a power set, and you prove that the collection of all functions with a given set as domain and a given set as range is also a set. When we do that, this will be an axiom and this will be a result. See, in the beginning of this chapter we said that we are going to use an over-complete list of axioms. That is, some of them may be derivable as consequences of other axioms. So that's what we are showing in this exercise. So let us see how we can achieve this as a consequence of this. And the strategy has been completely given in the hint. So let's just blindly follow the hint and we will see things will fall in place and we will get the solution. So we have to prove that the collection of all functions from x to y is a set. So let us consider two sets. Let x and y be two sets. Okay. Then their Cartesian product x cross y is also a set. Where are we getting this from? For two given sets, their Cartesian product is also a set. We are getting this from the first exercise. So we can actually mention, if we want, see exercise 351. There we proved this. Okay. Now, by the axiom of specification, or no, before using the axiom of specification, we have to use lemma 349. So by lemma 349, note that although we are writing lemma here, the statement of this does not have the status of a lemma. Now it's an axiom for us. So we should mention that here. Note that although we write lemma, its status now is that of an axiom. I mean, after all, it's a statement whose truth we don't really care about its truth. If it is given, then we have to prove that we get the statement in axiom 310. Okay. So by this, what shall we get? We have this set. Its power set, that is the collection of all its subsets, is also a set. The power set of x cross y, that is this exists. Now we use the axiom of specification to select some special subsets from this power set. Special subsets means special elements from this power set. Now, by the axiom of specification, the following set exists. Whenever we are writing set exists, it means a given collection is a set. Whatever collection you are writing, that is always going to be a collection, but it may not be a set. So we have to make sure using the axioms that it is a set. That's what we mean when we write a set exists. So this is our set. G satisfies the vertical line test. This set exists. we have collected those subsets of x cross y which satisfy the vertical line test. That collection is a set itself. Okay, and then what we have been asked, we have been instructed to do, then use exercise 3, 5, 10 and the axiom of replacement. Okay, so if G satisfies the vertical line test, there is exactly one function from x to y which has G as its graph that we have proved in the previous exercise. By the previous exercise, okay, for easy reference, let us give this a name also. Let this be denoted by A. By the previous exercise, for each A, no, not for each A, for each G belonging to A, there exists exactly one function f from x to y whose graph is G. So we can now replace these sets, these G's, by the graph of them, by the function that is associated to them whose graph is G, and that collection of functions will also be a set, and that is coming from the axiom of replacement. We are replacing G by the function whose graph is G. Hence, by the, note that we are in a position to use the axiom of replacement because for each element in this set there is exactly one object for which something is true, and that something is the association between graph and function. Hence, by the axiom of replacement, the following set exists. F such that F is a function with domain X and range Y such that the graph of F belongs to A. Okay, so I hope you can see how we have used the axiom of replacement here. What we are doing is that we are collecting all such F for which we are collecting all such functions such that if you take a function from here, from this collection, then that function has its graph in A. That means there exists some G for which which is the graph of F. For each F there is some G, and also that belongs to A, that belongs to this collection. So this set exists, semicolon, and this is the set of all functions from X to Y. You can clearly see why. Okay, by the way, I said you can clearly see, but do you really clearly see that? If you have any function from X to Y, how will you make sure that this function is in this collection? Consider the graph of this function. That graph by definition is a subset of x cross y that satisfies the vertical line test. So that G will appear here as an element of A. So that's why the function appears here. So that's how you make sure that this is the set of all functions with domain x and range y. This set clearly is the set of, or rather we should not say the set, this set clearly has all the functions with domain x and range y. So, and that is the statement of axiom 310, that is the original power set axiom. So we have proved it as a consequence of lemma 349. So any one of them can be used as an axiom and the other will be a consequence, along with the other axioms of set theory, of course.